Here's London. A warm welcome to NPeal at the world-famous Burlington Arcade, Mayfair. Mr. Peel is assembling a hand-picked range of his wonderful luxury cashmere knits and preparing for a memorable journey to New York to open a brand new store. He bids farewell to his team and to the iconic Burlington Arcade's Beatles, and then he's off. Goodbye, London, and New York, here he comes. Now, that's a lot easier than the same journey he took by steamer in 1956. Then he was armed with a soft white polo neck, specially ordered by Marilyn Monroe. And gosh, here we are in New York, home of some of the most luxurious brands in the world, and glittering Madison Avenue.
Dude, this thing is so soft, it's insane. Yes.
David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We are back in New York City, but this time I'm joined with an army of individuals. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sway Waller.
I did the thing.
And I'm Alexa Kershaw.
And the reason I've asked them to join me today is because I need help with this. We're going to be talking about some of the Bond pieces that NPeal is famous for. First of all, I see this one over here. Now this is the one from the Mr. White scene?
Yes.
Okay, tell me, are people buying this in the summer? Is it that popular?
It is a baby. It's so soft.
Yeah.
It travels well, so it is one of our signature pieces.
It's one of the signature pieces. So you got to tell me, people come in here to buy in the summer. Do you know right away it's a Bond fanatic?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're looking for a particular fit and style.
Right.
Yeah.
And besides the fact that they can drink a lot of your champagne, what other attributes are a Bond fan that walks in the store? What do they like?
So they love the fact that we can custom order all of these styles.
Okay.
They definitely want to have the one that Bond wore, but
Yes.
they also want to have their own colors for their own collection.
Oh, okay.
Which is fabulous.
Sure, no. This is real world. We have to work through this. Absolutely. It's happening.
They are also interested in the fact that, the cashmere, the quality of it is so high quality that it's just something that lasts a lifetime.
Yeah. It's one of the things that I noticed. Obviously, you see it and you want to emulate Bond, and then you start to feel it, and you're like, come on, this is ridiculous. And you inappropriately touch yourself, and that's just part of the NPeal brand, I guess.
I think that's where it starts, and then what really captivates everyone is the fit.
Right.
You can't beat that. In most places, you can find a lot of brands that are associated to certain people or movies.
Right.
And the fit, when you try it on, it's depressing because you're like, oh, it's not fitting how he wore it.
That's right.
And I have never seen anyone wear this that didn't look absolutely handsome.
It kind of beefs you up a little bit, and it's tapered, so it kind of, I'll tell you, this is the word I use, it cheats. So it kind of makes you probably look a little bit better than you should.
It does.
However, for those that want something a little bit more unforgiving, now is this called superfine?
It's a fine gauge.
It's a fine gauge. Is there a blend in this, or silk and
70% cashmere and 30% silk.
okay, 30 silk, 70% cashmere, and so that makes it much lighter, but also maybe a little bit more form-fitting sometimes. So it's a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so you've got to take me back a little bit. Any of the history that you know. Suddenly, people like Simon Rusgar and other people start to identify NPeal. Obviously, Adam and everybody identified NPeal back in Skyfall. What does that do to the brand? That suddenly it's a Bond brand. What goes through their heads?
So I would say what goes through their heads is the name, of course, acknowledgement that James Bond is connected to it, and it's a very recognizable brand, as well as the knowing that you're having a wonderfully produced piece. And something, again, as I mentioned before, will last a lifetime. And as Sway said, we have a beautiful fit, just something easy to wear and emulate Bond.
And to also, most Bond aficionados definitely have a particular lifestyle that they live.
They do. God help us. And it's interesting too, because NPeal, we're on Madison Avenue right now. You can't deny it's a luxury brand, and yet for some reason people just want that small Bond connection. Maybe you can't have an Aston Martin, maybe you don't have a Goldfinger jet, but you can have something from NPeal, and it becomes kind of an heirloom piece. I will tell you, there's a funny story with this one. So this is from the Hoffler Clinic. This is from obviously the movie poster in the end. Adam your boss's boss, right? Adam didn't recognize this the first couple times that he saw Spectre. And it wasn't until he had really good high definition that he realized, oh my gosh, we have another sweater in the Bond felt, which makes 4 official ones. And then for the press conference he had, there was a 5th one that he wore too. So, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
Around.
you do. So I mean, what is the hope? And by the way, you could be as cagey as you want. We can edit this. We're not. What is the hope for the future for NPeal as a brand? I mean, do you want to continue this on? Or?
Of course, and we still have a few things under wraps that we're working on that we can't discuss. But also, just here in New York, we have a lot of really well-known actors in their own right that are not Bondsmen, but
Is it Woody Allen? Because we just saw him walking down the street. We just saw Woody Allen and his lovely daughter walking down the street.
No,
very sweet.
they're on par with Danielle Craig.
Oh, okay. Really? But you can't say names.
We like to keep them private just because they like their privacy and they come and shop with us on a by
We're looking at you,
only.
George Lazenby. We know that. I don't know. It could.
But yes, I mean, I would say stay tuned.
Stay
because
tuned.
We have
All right.
a few things that we're working on.
Well, we're fans, and a big part of it is not just the product and the people and the experience that you've created, but the fact that even Adam, as a founder and owner, embraces the Bond fans and the influencers, doesn't shy away from it like some Bond brands, quite frankly, do. That means a lot to us. So, thank you. And I do have a wish list. I know that you have your spring line in.
I know, that is gorgeous.
Which I usually do talk about the spring
One of
line.
my favorite pieces.
So I'm actually, I'd love to try this on kind of impromptu, and maybe we'll come out and talk about this polo. Yeah? Okay, this is one of my favorite pieces from the spring line. It is so Bond, it's ridiculous. So first of all, let's talk about the fit. The fit is fantastic. You can see from the side, for example, it hits nice and high on the bicep. It doesn't fit too fitted, but it doesn't fit slouch either. I don't feel like I'm wearing my grandfather's polo. Why? Well, because of all the different things, like the little fumo gray along the bottom. And I've got to tell you, one of my favorite aspects is the banded bottom. I don't know why, I'm addicted to things with banded bottom. Call it the throwback to the 1960s. Let's look at the back as well. Back is very flattering. What's really great about this, people think wool, and this is so wrong, and I don't know why they still think about this. Wool gets you hot. You can't wear this in the summer and the spring, and you're absolutely wrong. It actually breathes better than anything else. This cashmere, again, it's one of those touch me moments. I apologize, Elmo. This is a situation where you've got comfort, feel, and fit, and luxury, and a Bondish type of style. I'm in. I think you have something to talk about that Adam and you got together, and consideration for your time today and your support of the brand.
So after Adam and I discussed this, we were so thrilled that all of you guys were going to come here on a weekend. So for today, you'll have 30% off anything you'd like to purchase. And we will also be giving you a special gift at the end. And we've never done this before. So I was actually really surprised when Adam decided that was something that we were going to do.
So generous.
Yes, it was very generous, and he's very thankful for the continued support.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.